Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Warplanes, and this time we're going to take a look at the P.1102B. It's the Tier 10 German attack aircraft, and it is great. I will just start it off by that. First we'll take a look at the history, then we will look at the stats, and then go over some amazing gameplay, just for all you lovely ladies and gents, if there are any ladies there. Probably won't be, but hey, if there's a lady there, I said ladies and gents for you guys. Anyway, that was off topic. Alright, but anyway, MEP 1102B. It was a preliminary design for a heavy multi-role jet aircraft. It never went past the initial concept phase. Apparently, it was development of the ME262 to perform a specific role. I maybe you can see that in it, but personally, I don't see anything. It's very clear that they have a very swept wing design, which is really sweet. Um, it just goes to show how advanced Germany was for its time and its technological prowess of World War II. They realized that with the increased power of the jet engine, in order to get the most out of it, you have to go with a swept wing design. It looks very cool. It is a really sweet looking aircraft. And for some reason, you got a random jet engine sticking out the butt like that. It looks kind of weird. Um, but sure, why not? So it's got 3 jet engines strapped onto it. And yeah, let's take a look at the stats real quick. So, it's got powerful autocannon armament effective against ground targets. If we take a look at it, you are given 4 30s, and these 30s you might already be familiar with, as they're the same ones that go on the ME262HG2, the ME262HG3, and the Tier 10 in the TA152 line, the FW252. They're the same guns, so you should be familiar with them if you've gone down any other German line, for the most part. Uh, Unlike the Tier 9 German GA, which had unique 30s, these ones are the same. You have 4 of them, just like the HG2 and just like the HG3. So at first glance, it sounds like these guns are going to be underpowered. But you do have to realize one thing. Those are heavy fighters that go about twice as fast as this plane. So it's not super fair to say that they're going to be ineffective. In fact, they are incredibly effective. They're very fast firing. They do have a very limited effective range compared to the 30s on the Tier 9. So you lose about 1,000 feet firing range, but it is still acceptable. It's pretty short though. It has a very short, limited firing range. But these guns, this plane will slow down if you're holding down the brakes. You will slow down so much that you will enter the red zone and just fall out of the sky because you stalled, just because you held the brakes down so much. So the brakes work really well, and you can slow down super well as well. You have a very, very low stall speed. And just the brakes are crazy on this plane. I have made that mistake. I'm only telling you that because of experience. The brakes are so good that if you hold it down too long, you will just stall. And you'll just fall out of the sky, and there's nothing you can do. It's pretty hilarious, but yes, I'm telling you that out of personal experience. Now, it's got great survivability and resistant to critical damage and fire. You are an attack aircraft, so you'd expect that. However, your survivability is less than an IL-40P, so keep that in mind, but it's not terribly low. It's still a pretty durable plane. Resistant to critical damage and fire, yeah, okay. Sure, take that as we will. good airspeed and boost. That is true. It's got excellent airspeed compared to the IL-40P. It is very good airspeed. With the top airspeed at best altitude of just under 500 miles per hour, the optimum airspeed is 271, but really you're getting closer to that top speed pretty consistently, especially when you're using your boost, which is another great point. You have like 45 seconds boost, super useful. Um, you can make great use of that boost. It's ineffective in maneuvering combat, and that is true because you have an 18 seconds to turn 360 degrees. However, it feels pretty decent for a GA, and you will outmaneuver the IL-40P, in my opinion. Uh, Dogfighting other GAs in this plane isn't too bad. It doesn't feel terrible. Uh, one second. What was the maneuverability on this plane? 18 seconds as well. Okay. Well, apparently it's the same, but I think the IL-40P has worse maneuverability at this point by a pretty significant margin, and it does feel pretty decent for maneuvering. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but for me it feels pretty decent at killing other GAs. But maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. It's effective in destroying ground targets at low level flight. Uh, that is true, and these guns do massive amount of work to ground targets. Even destroying armored targets with them doesn't take terribly long. It is quite impressive, I have to admit. But soft targets, they just melt when you fire these 30s at them. So these are amazing, amazing guns on this plane. It's equipped with powerful defensive turret. If you take a look at it, it's only got 2 rear turrets, unlike the German Tier 9 ground attack plane, which had 3. But they're good. They're 20s and they hit really hard. So you have one here, one there. Typically, you only have one firing at the same time. However, if they are directly behind you, both of your guns can be firing at them. But if you just wiggle your tail back and forth, it makes it a little bit harder for them to hit you, and you'll still just be hitting them like crazy. So that's important. Was there anything else that they mentioned? Yes, it carries powerful bombs. They're the same bombs as you get on the Tier 9, so, you should be well acquainted with them. They're definitely good bombs, but they are a little bit weaker at Tier 10 compared to Tier 9. However, you do have a quicker respawn timer on them, which makes them a little bit better. Uh, but with that being said, that's about it for the stats. It's a super fast GA, excellent guns, bombs reload pretty quickly for having 4 of them, and they do a lot of work. Your rear gunner is amazing, your maneuverability isn't bad, you can kill our GAs pretty well. This feels really good. I thought the Tier 9 was a nice step up from the ME329, but this one just takes it to a new level. This is the definition of overpowered. It is amazing. Yes, now you know my opinion on the plane already. Well, congratulations for you. Service department, let's take a look at that real quick. Standard ammo, just because I didn't want to spend 54,000 per game, putting that into my bank account would be very nice. Have the bombs mounted, no fire extinguisher, quite typical. Make sure you have your bombs, because the bombs are great. Turret stabilization to increase the range of your rear gunner, your rear turrets, whatever. Really useful. Definitely recommend it. It's an extra 15%. Concealed livery to reduce the amount of damage that AA guns and defensive gunfire. It really does help. AA guns are brutal at Tier 10, even against this plane. If you're not careful, you could get killed by AA guns, so concealed livery does help a lot. And then reinforced airframe 3 to give myself extra 15% to hit points and 10% less critical damage. I think that works really well. You do not get a free paint scheme, so it's very important to keep that in mind. No free paint scheme. That also means no beta emblem for you, So sad, so sad. But let's take a look at the pilot skills. So the first thing you want to do is Demolition Expert, extra damage and extra blast radius on your bombs. Super useful. The first skill you should always do. Second one, I would go with Cruise or Resilience. Resilience works really well. Uh, and that just basically, if you get down to 30% hit points, it gives you a bunch of benefits and removes all your debuffs. Uh, so it works really well. Battle Tested is also pretty decent. However, I would recommend maybe doing Cruise Flight instead of Battle Tested. Might be something I should look into changing, as I feel uh, uh, Cruise Flight might actually be more useful. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the Tail Gunner. I do Armorer and Ballistics Expert to improve the effects of turret stabilization, and also increases the firing range by 15%. And also you get quick reflexes, which reduces the aim time by 50%, which is not too bad. But yeah, this skill especially helps a ton on this plane, and it's how you get crazy overpowered tail gunner firing range, that 15%, and the improving of the effects of turret stabilization just works really well. Um, but yeah, after that, I think defensive fire, once I get another skill, might be most pretty useful. Uh, it does seem to be very nice. But with that being said, that's about it. Let's jump into some gameplay. Welcome back to the gameplay section. This time I am flying with W.S. Carter 007. So yes, I play with him pretty frequently. He's a fun player to fly with. But this battle is a little bit different. I was going through my awards, okay? And I noticed an award that I had never gotten before. It was the only epic medal that I never received. So I intentionally flew this plane and intentionally tried to get this medal. This was the second attempt that I had at getting it, and spoiler alert, I got it on my second battle. And it is probably one of the rarest and hardest epic medals to achieve. So the fact that I got this medal with this plane super easily just speaks volumes at how powerful this plane really is. You're gonna have to notice, if you haven't seen my ground target guide, I'll link that in the description. But you saw that I went after those two unique garrison buildings first, and I'm just gonna finish off that little bit that I didn't destroy with my bombs, with my guns instead. For some reason the bomb didn't destroy that either, so I'll just use my guns to finish that off. For right away you should notice that the speed of this plane is excellent. Use my tail gunner and take him out. You're going to notice a lot of the power of the tail gunner in this battle. So already we have both garrisons, and so does the enemy. So now I'm going into the center objective to wreak havoc there, just because I can, honestly. My bombs are almost already reloaded, so the reload on the bombs is just excellent on this plane. Unfortunately, I don't get credit for that sector due to the fact that we took it too quickly, and now you're going to see the power of this plane against other GAs. Once I can get lined up on him, it's basically over. And splat, it destroys hit points. I'm going to go after this GA as well. Typically I just kind of ignore GAs, but for this medal, congratulations if you guys know what medal I'm going for. But for this medal I do need air kills, so I'm going to try to get some air kills here as well. So we're going after this MEP 1099B2, which is the tier 9 version, and he really just is not going to last very long, in all honesty. There we go, he's gone. Now I'm going to see if I can take down this F2H. Yeah, let's dogfight an F2H, and that's just the crazy power of this plane. It feels like a heavy fighter. It is a very powerful plane. I don't quite kill him, but hey, I do a pretty good. Not really. I don't really do much damage to him, but hey, I'm trying. And as you can see, I'm keeping on him pretty well. Oh no, don't quite kill him, but it's all right. Now let's go after a garrison. I guess I'm gonna go after the one that's already damaged first. But I gotta do some dogfighting as well. I can't believe it. This plane dogfights like a boss. It really is a heavy fighter that performs excellently as a GA as well, and that's just, it is ludicrous. That guy is pretty hurt, so once my gun decides to start firing, he's just gone. Start pummeling that saber. Don't quite kill him, but that's all right. Let's go after this garrison. They did take, they took the airfield, so let's take something from them as well so we can maintain the advantage. You got some planes coming up on my tail, but I just need to take this garrison quickly, honestly. Just drop a couple bombs and take it. Just dropping those two should do it for us, but let's see if we need anything else. No, we don't. Drop the 2 bombs there as well, so I can start the respawn timer. 60-second reload timer on these bombs, which is a much improvement over the 75-ish seconds, 75 to 80-ish seconds on the tier 9. It does make it feel really useful, very versatile. So now we're going to use our tail gunner and just start pummeling him. As you can see, the turret stabilization effects, I was hitting him at just under 4,500 feet. Absolutely sickening how powerful this tail gunner is. But that's just the power of this plane, I guess. I try to get him in my tail gunner again, do a little bit more damage, but he just has no interest in me whatsoever, and it's driving me crazy. I want to kill him with my tail gunner, but I give up. I'm like, forget it. I don't want to deal with him anymore. So yeah, 45-second boost on this plane, very useful. And I'm like, I should really take him out. So start going after him, but I want to kill him with my tail gunner because the tail gunner is much more effective, and he's ignoring me again. Ugh, would you just come after me? I can't believe I'm saying that, but the tail gunner on this plane is so powerful and so effective that you want planes to come on your tail just so you can obliterate them. That's so sad that I'm even saying that, but that is the power of tier 9 and tier 10 GA. So here we come. I'm going to drop a couple bombs. They have 3 sectors, so we do need to take the advantage back. And now I'm dogfighting a Spitfire. Oh, that sounds so stupid, but it works, okay? It works, trust me. It works. Got another Spitfire on my tail, so he's gonna have to die. See if I can destroy that group of ground targets. Not even too bad. So here we have a Spitfire 9. Let's just tail gunner him to death because we can. Gotta make sure I don't crash into the ground though. I have a tendency to do that. Almost kill him, and yes, we kill him at 4,000 feet like a boss. 4,000 feet, still in the range of the tail gunner. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But hey, we killed him, right? Now we have a, what is that, Starfire? Flying in front of us. It's alright. I'm gonna obliterate an F2H with my tail gunner because reasons. So yeah, just in that short amount of time, he's lost half of his health. Oh, this plane, I'm telling you, it's really mean. The Fury just tasted a few shots. Let's take this garrison from them. We don't want them to have an advantage now, do we? Set up for my tail gunner. Actually, I see. Yeah, it's squall line, so you know what that means. We're gonna get rid of their GA because their GA is actually doing a very good job this battle, and taking them out will basically mean victory. So let's do that. go for the lowest health target first, but actually he's up kind of high. This guy's making himself an easier target, so he's going to die first. He was the first lucky target. Boom, he's gone. And now this other guy came down to attack ground targets, so you're going to be an easy target as well. Oh, audio file glitch, but hey, we kill him. This guy's lined up for me, so goodbye to him as well. Oh my, oh my. This plane is just stupid. It is a lot of fun, and it's also why you see a lot of the highest win rate players fly it, because it is just ridiculously powerful. I haven't played the IL-40P yet, but I think this plane is probably better than the IL-40P. However, the Tier 9, I think the Soviet IL-40 is better than the German Tier 9. But don't get me wrong, they're all super powerful. Their tail gunners are just cancerous. But hey, it's fun. If you can't beat them, you gotta join them, right? Am I right or am I right? So yeah, if you want lots of fun at high tiers, you play GA, because yeah, we can kill Spitfires at 3,000 feet because reasons. And actually, the enemy has more points than us right now, so we do need to be a little bit careful. This is a super even game. Here comes a Spitfire again, so Sonny, you really should not be on my tail. You need to pull off or you're going to die. Oh wait, even if you did pull off, I'd still be able to kill you. FJ1 Fury, and goodbye. I'm sorry, I can't keep my composure. This is so stupid. So this is the medal that I have never received, the Gabreski medal, awarded for destroying 10 aerial targets and 7 ground targets, enemy ground targets, mind you, so that neutral ground targets don't count, in a single sortie and winning the battle. I never died, so that counts. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else get that medal, so I just wanted to point that out. And I also had the Kazabdub medal for destroying 5 aircraft after the squall line in an attack aircraft. Just think about that there for a moment. Yeah, this is really not an award you should be getting in a GA. Oh, 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 this plane. So yes, it's not the highest personal point game that I've ever had. In fact, it's not even close to the highest personal point game that I've ever had. Not even in GA. I've had much higher scores in this specific GA as well. However, almost 16,000 personal points is nothing to scoff at in a GA. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the post-battle results. And I do have a battle where yeah, okay. I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say it's much higher than the score that I got in this battle, because I was actually trying to be a GA instead of a tail gunner extraordinaire. 144,000 credits, not too shabby. 4,000 experience with a ×2, also not terrible, but certainly not impressive. But it's hard to get decent experience in a GA. So we got Flying Start and also Air and Ground, I think is what the noob version of the Gabreski medal is. We got that as well. So yeah, I just wanted to add that medal to my collection, and I very much did that battle. So yay! Give me a round of applause, everybody. Round of applause! I got the rare medal in a plane that's completely fair and balanced. I'm only kidding. Who am I joking? This plane is not balanced. But let's go into the second battle. Alright, and here is battle 2. I do have one more battle after this too, just because this plane is so much fun. This battle is for not the rare medal, not even epic medals. It is solely to show a really high personal point game in this monster. That's all it's for. Is to show a monster personal point game. Also, keep in mind that this is only a 4-sector layout, which makes it a little bit harder to get a monster score. But I can do it in this battle. Just watch. Just you watch. So, we're going after the command center first. If you watch my ground target guide, I told you that don't really go for airstrips if you don't have to in a GA. And so we're going to use our speed to go after the command center instead, because it is better for GA. And look at the speed on this plane. It's just awesome. The speed is amazing on this plane. So we're going to take out this AA gun quickly and the lightly armored targets around it. Let's see if we can take out this target. We're going to drop a single bomb right there. This center objective has already gotten hit a little bit, so that'll make it a little bit easier. We're going to go right through that because, remember, there's no collision on destroyed buildings except for that one building that I pointed out in the ground target guide. So yeah. We're going to flip around and take this because we weren't able to quite take it before. There we go. We took it. Now we're going to take this. I'm going to destroy that building so I don't crash. Use the brakes, drop the bomb, should take it. If it doesn't, it will almost take it. Yep, it did. It destroyed it. So now we just gotta destroy one more building and then we'll have it. So I guess we're gonna go after this armored target one. Probably won't destroy it, but hey, we'll see what we can do here. Yep, we don't destroy it, but we do some pretty consistent damage to it. Destroy the AA gun right there so our guys don't get shot by it. Here's a lightly armored target. As long as my shots don't get stopped by the building, we'll have it. They don't, so we take that pretty convincingly. So again, we have the airstrip now. So we're not going to go after the airstrip. Instead, we're going to go for the missile silo, the missile base. And then we'll go after the command center after that. But I'm going to ignore that airstrip the entire battle. I'm not saying that it's not important. The airstrip is pretty important on this map. Getting a closer spawn point, closer to the action, is super useful. Please keep that in mind. However, in a GA, it's just not viable to attack those sectors compared to the other ones, so I'm not going to. Just that little bit took it. I was thinking about going for the IL-40, but I'm like, forget it. Never mind. I turn around because he's ignoring me, so he's gonna die very easily. I don't know what I'm doing. I should have committed. I should have either gone for him, or I guess I'm using my tail gunner, but really I should have just used my main guns. Would have worked just fine. I'm trying to get just a little bit of it damage so that if he ever dies, I will get credit for assistance. Even though I did like hardly any damage to him, I'll still get a little bit of assistance damage. So now we have a bunch of AA guns, so they're not really much of a threat. Destroying them will take no time whatsoever. So just popping some shots at lightly armored targets while I'm setting up for my run at this monster behemoth. Drop 2 bombs there, pull away so I don't crash. Flip around, it looks like our bombs did destroy it that time, which is exciting. We got an air defense plane on our tail, but we're just going to ignore him for now. I'm going to see if I can destroy this AA gun and the small targets on my way in, which we do. It's not an issue. We're going to drop 1 bomb right where I told you guys in the guide, but it's not very worth it. We still took it anyway. Now they only have the airstrip, so now at this point it is acceptable to go after the airstrip because there's nothing else to shoot at. So we're going after the airstrip. They did take the missile base, but I'm right next to the airstrip at this point, so might as well take it. But there's only 1 target, so once I destroy this target, I'm going to have to move on to something else. The target's destroyed. I could try using a couple of my tail gunners to try to get a couple kills, but I need to start pointing myself at least in the direction of the missile base. And now I start opening fire. I'm going to take out this 1101 first because he is more dangerous than the Spitfire 9 AA or air defense plane. He's dead. And now I'm basically at the missile base, so taking it's not going to be too hard. So we come down, obliterate a couple of these tents, and destroy a couple of those tents, line up, because I'm already set up for this center objective, drop them right where I told you to. I dropped 3 bombs, just try to guarantee it being destroyed, and in this case, we did guarantee that it was destroyed. I could have potentially gotten away with 2 bombs, but I really just wanted to guarantee us destroying it. I'm going to destroy that air defense, or the AA gun, drop a bomb on the armored target, destroy this lightly armored target I've already been focusing on, and now I need to use my tail gunner or something to clear it up. Look how quickly the AA guns are just chewing me up. If you don't deal with them, it does kind of hurt. I need to destroy this quickly, and oh, I did destroy it, but it wasn't quite enough. The AA guns took me out, but that's all right. We're going to spawn at the airstrip, and then we're going to go right back to that missile base. We're going to take it. It's almost in our favor. Already 11,500 personal points. Just a crazy amount of personal points already in this plane. We had a couple GAs there. I could have gone after them, but honestly, I just didn't want to. I wanted to go after the ground targets. The reason I didn't want to go after them, one, it would take some time away, and 2, you just don't get as much points for destroying it. And those GAs were actually taking sectors from us, which I did want. I wanted them to take sectors from us so I could get a stupid crazy score. Because in order to get these crazy scores, you need a team that will take sectors just as quickly as you're taking sectors. Those are the fun battles. So it was a fun battle. I didn't want to stop them. I wanted to make sure that we continued having a fun battle. Plus, okay, and here's another point. It's almost squall line, so not destroying them was advantageous because now they're going to be low health already, so destroying them and squalling them won't be very hard. Drop a couple bombs there, we take it out, no issues whatsoever. We start doing some flipping around. It is squall line, so I do need to be careful here. We're going to knock out these lightly armored targets, and the AI gun, it is gone. Start shooting at that. It's destroyed. Don't ram it. It's going to crash you. Almost got killed by that. Even though it was already destroyed, there's still collision on it. Dumbest thing ever, but it is what it is. 15,800 personal points already, so we're already at the same score that we were at last battle. There's not a ton of time left, so it's not going to be a crazy score, but for GA, really this score that I have already is pretty impressive. I destroy that AA gun just before it goes bye-bye, which is good. Now I'm going after their command center. Look at all the red over here. There is a lot of red. My tail gunner is not firing at anything, so I don't think there's anything I can shoot at. Oh, there's a plane. Let's put a couple shots into him, but he wasn't making it very easy, so we're not going to worry about him too much. We're going to come down here, use some brakes here, destroy the AA gun. That's all I really cared about at that point, because I can't destroy the rest of that target with my guns. Destroy that, start firing. Oh, no, I don't fire. I just drop 3 bombs. Should take it out, which it does. We got a bunch of air defense planes that want me dead, so we're going to take them out with our tail gunner, because we already saw how powerful a tail gunner is in the last battle. Tail gunner, you are going to take out that Spitfire, right? Apparently the tail gunner doesn't want to take him out, so I guess I'll have to do it myself. We almost have the sector. Let's see if we can just destroy one more thing. Oh, there we go. We took it. Cool. So I'll drop my last bomb, head over to the missile base, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get there before the battle's over, but we're going to do our best. We're going to try to get over there. And no, we're not going to get over there. It's not enough time left on the clock, unfortunately. It was close. We almost made it, but yeah, it's just not going to happen. If it was just like another minute, we would have been able to take that as well. But it is what it is. Still a great victory. Some fun awards. We get Thunder, Winged Legend, all the plane-specific medals, which is cool. And that is a wrap. That is all for that battle. We'll quick take a look at the post-battle results, and I'll jump into that last battle, because the last battle is awesome as well. So. 166,000 credits, not too shabby. 4,500 experience, so we did get a little bit more experience that battle than last time, and that's about it. Pretty decent battle. Uh, that's really about it. Let's jump into the last battle. And welcome back to the third replay. So far we have seen a super rare medal that I've never seen anyone get before. We have seen almost a 20,000 personal point game. So the only thing we're missing is just a crap ton of medals. So this one is going to satisfy that requirement. We're just going to get a crap ton of medals. So it's kind of weird though, because like the 19,000 one, we didn't really get many of those epic hero medals for GAs, and then aside from that really rare medal, there really wasn't a whole lot we've gotten so far. So this battle will satisfy that. Again, it's only a 4-sector layout, which makes it a little bit harder to get good scores with than a 5-sector layout, but we can still make it work. We're going to go after those unique garrison buildings first, dropping bombs right where I mentioned in that ground targets guide. Then we're going to flip around and take out that 6-section grouping of soft targets, because it's really easy, and then we just need 10 more points, so destroying that 4 soft targets will do the trick. Now we're heading over to the airfield. It's either a choice between going to an enemy-infested garrison or a less enemy-infested but harder to take with a GA airfield. So we're going to go for the harder to take but less contested airfield, just so that we can use it as a hop zone or stepping stool to get over to the factory, which is our main goal. Now, the reason I didn't go for the factory right away, right in the beginning, was because it was way on the other side of the map and it would just take too long to get there. And then also taking these sectors, if you take all 3 other sectors from the enemy, it'll kind of make up for not having the factory. So that's what I'm going to go for. Just because if we have the factory, the bots just take forever to take it, and we would just win too quickly. So I don't really want to do that very much. But yeah, I'm just kind of knocking out some stuff, destroying some AA guns, you know, just messing some stuff up. Let's drop a bomb there. I have 2 bombs left, so that's going to be used for that center objective, the one that is the unique building, or at least one of the unique buildings for the airfield, and it should destroy that at least. And it does, but we need just a little bit more points, so destroying the plane is probably going to be our best bet. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to get up on this guy's tail, and he will die. So another demonstration of how quickly these guns will just obliterate other GAs. It's just awesome. But it looks like we lost a couple planes, so we still have to get a couple more kills, unfortunately. But hey, it's going to be an even battle. I like even battles. Looks like we took it, which is good. Now let's head over to the garrison. I know they're about to take the factory, but if I can take the garrison and we can hold the other 3 sectors, it won't matter. And that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to get those crazy scores, crazy awards, crazy scores, and you need the battle to last long. The problem with high tier GA is often it ends in supremacy. So when I fly GAs, I intentionally don't go for supremacy, just so that I can pad my stats, I guess, get nice scores. Those are the fun battles for me. So taking the factory is the obvious win. Like if I wanted to go for a win, I would take the factory. But I don't want to go for the win. I still want the win, of course. You're an idiot if you don't want to win. But I want to make it an even battle. I want to fight for that win. So this is what I'm going to do. Should be able to take the garrison pretty easily. Doesn't look like I quite destroyed that last unique building. So we're going to flip around and knock that out quickly. And then we'll have to get one more kill. All the rest are armored targets. I don't really want to wait for my bombs, so I'll probably use my tail gunner instead. So we're going to start doing some damage to this. And we just about destroy it, but not quite. We're not quite able to destroy it, but hey look, there's a hornet. He's almost dead, so let's just take him out. Oh, I kill him, but dang it, I crashed. But hey, At least we took this sector. I didn't crash before I killed him, so we do take it. Doing pretty good. But it is at this point when they got the factory pretty early. We lost the airfield. This is not very good. So at this point, it is in the best interest to go toward the factory. Because otherwise they simply will win. If they get to wait their extra 1 minute 40 seconds or so that it takes to get more points, or sorry, 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes. If they're allowed to wait that long, we just simply will lose. There's nothing more we can do. So at this point, I will go over there and stop it. I don't want to lose. I just want it to be an even battle. So taking it is the appropriate decision. I'm dumb when I play this plane, or I'm not that dumb. I'm pretty arrogant, but I'm not going to be that arrogant. I'm still going to take it. I still want the win. So that's exactly what we're going for. This is the grouping of ground targets to give you 50 points, so we're going to drop it on that. We're going to drop 2 bombs there. Wasn't able to quite set it up correctly, but it should still be pretty decent. We're going to flip around, and look at that. It is mostly destroyed, so destroying it won't be too hard. Put a couple rounds into that, knock out the soft target, and destroy that target. We have Thunder already, and it's not even that far into the battle, so you know it's going to be a good one. We got Hero of the Sky only halfway through the battle, and the enemies do have more points than us, but they only have 1 sector, and their factory is now removed and stripped from their status. Going vertical to shoot that guy down, it can be done. It can be done in this plane, because why shouldn't it be able to? It can do everything anyway, so being able to go vertical, sure, why not? But unfortunately I used up all my boost in that maneuver, so now I have to just kind of fly slowly over to the airfield, but it should still be pretty good. So we're coming down over here, seeing what we can do. There's an AA gun placement, so we can do that pretty well. Then we're going to drop 1 bomb there, see if we can destroy this quickly. Not quite, but it's okay. I dropped 2 bombs there. It's not the angle you want to drop it from, but fortunately it still destroys it anyway. And I just dropped a bomb. The only reason I did that was because I figured we're going to take the sector anyway, so I want to try to get as many points as possible. So I just dropped it, even though it wasn't ideal. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now we're going to go after this last garrison, as it is the only sector that is not in our control. At this point, I do want the enemies to take a sector. Because now we do have the lead, and we still have the factory, and in 13 seconds we're basically going to get a ton of points. So I kind of want them to take the factory or take something. Call me crazy, I don't care, but you gotta keep it even. That's the whole thing. Whenever I play these battles, I always have to think about what's the best way to make it even. Oh, another reason I didn't go for the factory right away is because I figured if I didn't go for it, maybe the enemies would have a difficult time taking it as well, and nobody would get it and make the battle last even longer. It's all about thinking, but they did take it, so I did have to go over there and deal with it. We destroyed that target, but unfortunately, bombs don't get to destroy that target. But hey, we got all the medals. The medals are all ours, every single one of them. We got Thunder, Winged Legend, Conqueror, Airwolves, Hungry Pack. We got Avalanche. We got Hat Trick, Flying Start in a GA because we can. Rear Cover. We got them all. They're all ours. Hero of the Sky. Definitely a good battle, and that was the one with lots of medals. Lots of shiny trinkets. So that was the one I was going to show off. And 18,500 personal points. Nothing to scoff at. Very good indeed. If we take a look at the post-battle results, 158,000 credits, 4,600 experience with a ×2, not too shabby. We captured 5 sectors. We maxed out everything for our chevrons. There should be an award higher than Hero of the Sky. There should be one level higher than that for maxing out every single I don't know how you call it. Every single type of plane requirement unique to it for getting the chevrons. There should be something higher than Hero of the Sky for maxing out every single one, because that is a real nightmare a lot of the time. But hey, we did it. We beat it. Sure, why not? Um, and yeah, with that being said, do I recommend this plane? If you want fun, if you want overpowered, if you want just something to chill out and not have to worry about anything, this is the plane for you. Great plane. Highly recommend it. Very fun. Tier 9 is really good too. The Tier 7 is very good. The Tier 8's alright. This one is the crown and jewel, I'd say. Definitely worth it as a Tier 10. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Write comments down below on how you would rebalance this plane. Maybe make it a little bit less overpowered. Maybe you'd fix the rear gunner, because hitting planes at 4,500 feet is ridiculous. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.